I completely forgot about the tags. I completely forgot about the tag. I forgot about the tags. Anyways, I guess I have to take care of this. I guess I'll have to take care of this. Okay, well, that's great. I'll have to worry about it later then. It's all good. Anyways, happy what? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. Happy wait, I don't even know what the tags wait, what do the tags say? Open for David, just okay, well, I should have I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Everything that kind of happened ever since the 20-hour stream. Well, first off, let me start from the beginning. How are you guys doing? Happy Tuesday. Wednesday, I guess technically. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys have a wonderful stream or wonderful day. Wonderful day. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of what happened during the 20-hour stream. Well, I guess we might as well talk about that. The 20-hour stream, it was fun. I had a wonderful time. I don't know why I keep shrinking, but I had a wonderful time. Uh, but I will admit, half the most of it was pretty much a blur. Also, have a good lurk, Princess Pixie. How you doing? Also, thank you for the resubs. For PNG and Strike. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie. Like the second half and like completely like what happened a few days afterwards, I have been completely, my mind has been completely blanked out lately. Also, my scroll wheel's completely fucked, so it is what it is. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say, I wouldn't be surprised that you don't remember half of it, Aces, considering you were literally there the entirety of that 20-hour stream. Never was there like 10 minutes. We can't even go by 10 minutes without you like showing it's like signs that you were still there. So I feel like that should be applauded. To which I say thank you, Ace. And thank you, and thank you to everybody else that stuck around for the longest time. How's 13 months feel? 13 months is 13's always kind of been my lucky number. Granted, a lot of said. Granted, not everything but luck has kind of occurred during those good old Friday the 13th days. But it is how it is. It is how it is. Fun fact. Fun fact. I was actually born on Friday the 13th, and I have no idea what. I have no idea. Like I don't know. It feel like I was. I don't know. I don't know how most people should feel about Friday the 13th, but it is what it is. And plus, it happened, so it's like it's whatever. But 13 months feels great. And also, Jesus, thank you for the dirty stream strike. I was asleep for about 6 hours, so I must have missed about the clip being edited. Probably. To be fair, I think. To be fair, I don't think you missed much. I mean, I did a whole lot of clips that half of which I still have to put out, and I'll probably get to that at some point. But uh, yeah, not gonna lie, the second half, literally, I was just like, I mean, if you had seen me like during the second half, I was just like completely dead. I was like literally dead. I was just like, I was to the point where like I was editing, like there were moments where I was like editing and I was literally sleeping with my eyes. That or like I was like sleeping with my head awake. Similar to like how a dog kind of like sometimes will like drift to sleep while keeping its head up and alert. It's I was kind of like that near the second half. So the tiredness was not helping her. Probably not. And honestly, if I'm being real, I'm still trying to shut the other stuff that I said I was gonna fish up on. So I remember drifting off, coming to end, and Dolly was on the screen. Yeah, and I forgot. Was it you that told her she was a fox? I kind of forgot. I remember somebody calling Dolly a fox. I don't think I did. I don't want to believe. I want to believe that it wasn't me, but I don't know. I can't remember half of it. I did remember playing a lot of marbles, and I guess in this case, we'll probably do it some point later. May have said some hurtful things to me. Yeah, Jesus just be like that. I'm sorry, Dolly. It's not like I would never resort to doing anything like that to you. You know, so I can resonate with you, Shirley. You know, at least Jesus apologized more than anything else. You know, runs away crying. It's all good though. It's honestly felt really, yeah. Honestly, yeah. Mistakes happen. How could it happens? It happens. Look, granted, the first impression I know you get from Dolly is usually just it, I probably shouldn't go down this road. Really should not go down this road. I want to start off on a good. I want to start off on a good note. I don't want. I don't think I want to start off fighting again. I don't want to start off with like one massive fight. So don't worry about it. Anyways, what's important is that sometimes people look a certain way and they don't. And then you find out, but you learn more. It's a good thing. Like you learn more. You start understanding how they are. The how they have two tails is still a very interesting element, but and where the second tail may be is a whole other story. But it's fine. Why you gotta start with me? I'm not trying to start with you, Dahlia. I just I'm just trying to. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to get myself back into that groove because it feels like the 20 hours it took a good chunk of myself mentally. Vors, you do not eat me, Dahlia. You've already tried to eat me once. I yeah, I think I'm getting better. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm getting better at stopping myself before it's too late. Before I say something completely egregious that they decide to add this is like the next to the ever growing book of allegations. So I think I'm doing much better this time around. I've been doing better holding myself back. Now, granted, it could be better. I could have not said it at all, but I think I'm getting better at it. So, you know. Anyways, if you get first call, but you also get last call. I mean, it is how it is. It is how it is. But yeah, very good. But yeah, all things considering, but yeah, point being about why I was bringing up the stream. I just want, I'm you probably have already seen me post this on Discord and also on Twitter, but uh, I mean, all I can really say once again, and I know I keep saying it, and it's already been a couple of days. It seems a little, I guess, it's a little bit weird to bring it up now, but it did mean a lot for those that kind of came in during the 20-hour stream, and the 1 year anniversary 312 day, and it did mean a lot. Because it was just like a constant reminder. I mean, it was just kind of good to. I don't know. I think maybe it was just because I was at a point where I really needed to feel like where I really didn't know people were gonna like care long enough, and I was like, and I know it sounds stupid because obviously people do care, and I know obviously you guys are here. If you wouldn't, if you really didn't have care, wouldn't have cared, you wouldn't have been there, or you wouldn't have popped in. But it's like it was just kind of. I guess it just I was happy to see that you guys pop in, even if it like in Jesus' case like all the way from the beginning to end. But even for those who just popped in for like 5 minutes, I did appreciate it, and it did really mean a lot in that regard. You know, don't be mean to Daddy. Well, we'll agree with that sentiment. Also, how are you doing, Jan? How are you doing? Good morning to you. Technically, it will be morning, but it is what it is. But yeah, but yeah. All I can say at this point is, thank you guys. I will. Yeah, I mean, it seems weird whenever I try to bring up anything sentimental, but yeah. Thank you. Especially because especially nowadays, I really need to hear and see that it's always a wonder sometimes if the things I do or like anything I say or even just like the littlest of actions just kind of if it would ever if it ever had like a profound effect for certain people or if I may ever made like a difference. And it did mean a lot. And I do appreciate it, and I do what I can. Sorry, I didn't really mean to start off in this like weird sentimental, type of thing. But it is just wanted to get that out of my chest. You know. especially before I say something that completely ends up that completely ends up turning the tide of opinion my way, and by that I mean just like the usual, the usual thing I seem to always end up doing. So, you know, you're a great little long cat goober. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's. I mean, I know it sounds stupid sometimes, but it's like sometimes you want to you kind of need to reaffirm. Like, you need to hear like those words that you kind of are still, even if like you try to tell yourself it numerous times. So yeah, but yeah, um, but yeah, thank you guys. Uh, I guess with all that said, here we are. Another new another year, another hopefully another long year with the long cat. Like, I don't want to say like it's not nothing's ever oh, I don't want to say like that anything's a guarantee, but at the same time nothing's ever really truly a guarantee. So uh yeah, it's definitely a case of like I'll still be around. I will continue to be around. I will continue to try to do what I do, and yeah, we should be in for a fun year. Hopefully, we should be in for a fun year. So it is what it is. But yeah, With all that said, I finished the stream. I took my nap. I took my five. I only slept for like 5 hours, surprisingly. So after that, and I definitely was like mentally checked out for like 2 days after the fact. So I definitely, and I admittedly, like, even here now, I'm still kind of feeling just slightly checked out. Or although I think in this case it's for like somewhat different reasons. So yeah, it is how it is for that one. But yeah, everything's been good. Everything. Hopefully, everything continues to be good. Uh, I have been trying to get a lot of the other stuff out, and I've been kind of like, at least on the clip side of things, I've been trying to get as much as I can out. I know the Dahlia Kyoko short I put out there, as well as Sinu's shorts. Those are out. The Neko Ella clip is already out today. Uh, yeah, try to get the other stuff out. But so when is the next 20-hour stream? I think it was. Here's the thing: the 20-hour stream was a lesson. First and foremost, I mean, it was fun, but it was also a harsh lesson. And the lesson in this case is never insult a cat girl, or never. I mean, granted, what I did was definitely unintentional, but it's just how it is. I would never like, I never go my way to fully insult anybody per se, but sometimes it just is how it is. Hey, Ninja, what's good? I'm here. Some strangers are in UMP and would like to. Well, Ninja, I also, how you doing, Maggie? I Okay. Well, first off, I want to believe that you're being genuine about this, Ninja, because I almost rare. I don't think I see you as often. But uh, I it's a long story. Just like my Lord of the Long Cat, it's a long. I'm a long cat, but it's a long story. This is also a relatively long story. Not entirely, but not as long as this one. But it. I don't. Okay. Contrary to popular belief, the rumors. I'll just say it like this: contrary to popular belief, Ninja, the rumors are false. I do not like piss. I do not like anything related to urine. I do not want it on me. I do not want it in my mouth. I do not want it anywhere nearby any of my orifices. And it's just, I just am. Yeah. I don't even know where this all began. To be fair, I don't know how all this started, because as far as I'm aware, I would never go out my way to say, that I would rather drink piss, unless it was a choice between that or being given uppies, which I also hate dearly. If you're not aware of that particular part of the lore, you know. But look, all this to say, there's no merit of truth to the Pisces allegations. Contrary to popular belief, there's no merit of truth. to any of that. And I promise you, and here's the thing: my community of fleas, they just love to lie. They're just kind of, they're in a way, they're sort of like the Shemians sometimes, and I guess to a lesser extent the bozos. They just love to lie. They want you to believe that I am some sort of freak, or as they like to call me, freaksta. They think I'm like ridiculously kinky in the worst possible way, and I don't. There's no merit truth. So you know, I'm I'm Dahlia. You're not helping, Dahlia. Dahlia, please. Yeah, help me on this. Well, you don't have to help me on this one, but I do not goon to piss. Okay, I can't believe you would accuse your community like that. That's I don't want to. I don't egregiously blame my chat all the time, but they do love to spread false narratives, and this is definitely a very specific false narrative that is definitely not true. You're a liar. I'm not a liar. Listen, I've always been honest with you guys from the very beginning, especially from day one a year ago. I told you from the very beginning. I also did not like uppies. I never wanted uppies, and you guys do not believe that I'm uppies. You guys keep calling me a tsundere. You keep calling me. You keep saying a whole bunch of other excuses on why you think I'm secretly lying about that. But I've always been honest about that more than anything else. If there's one thing that I've been completely honest with you about, it's the fact that I do not like uppies. Straight to the point. Please don't spread false narrative. Was the obvious for? It's a long. I might as well just start saying it's a long story. A lot of things are long stories. The Uppies raid. It's more just, well, okay, this one isn't so long, but the Uppies raid is just because I definitely was lazy. I'm still kind of lazy sometimes. I don't know. Look, it's a much easier. I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, if everyone, I don't like uppies, but I feel like at this point, I can't just flat out restrict uppies as much as I can. So it's like at this rate, I might as well. I don't know. I don't want to say I should. I didn't really mean to incorporate this to branding. To be honest, I just all I mean is the sense that I don't think. I just think. Yeah, I just think it was just an easier time. It was just easier to kind of simulate, into the image. Probably. I don't even know anymore. Look, all I can say is that, look, I still don't like uppies. Granted, there's an uppies command. Granted, there is an up. It says uppies raid. There's an emote that's been here for a year now. That's been here for like over a year. But there's no merit truth to any of this. I don't like uppies, and I still maintain it from the very beginning. So, but I've always been honest. Like, and I'm about as honest as I am say so. And I've always been say so. So, it is how it is. Shruggy. I have not been thinking. Also, Minori, how are you doing? But, yeah. Anyways, actually, shit. Oh, I just completely realized. I need to... Wait, hold on. At the top of the uppies command, I have to check something. Oh. Crap. So you're liars. What'd you say? Oh, no, hold on one sec. I completely almost forgot. I almost forgot to set the settings. I forgot to set the settings back to normal for the obvious command. I completely forgot. My bad. Anyways. It's all set. We're good. I didn't want. I had to make sure that was all set. I did not want PNG to yell at me in the background for having to do yet another 20 certificates on top of the 20 that he still has to do this week, So it is how it is. Not it's being held. It's not meant to be. Look, I'm not being held in an uppies position. There's no ghost that's holding me up like this. I just am able to, be on my own 2 feet. That's just how I am. Just the tip. I did not put anything regarding the tips, and also I mean, I guess you were looking for tips. I do like to offer tips however I can, but tips as in the terms of advice. Say, the most say-so version of tip. So in a way, I guess I am providing tips, if we're being real. If you just want the tip, I will give you the tip. That's just You know, is there not like? And and I wouldn't technically be lying about this, but I do have to change the other tags. I do have to change all the tags. That's for sure. I will. But yeah, I completely forgot to set. I completely forgot to set the odds back down to 2 and 3%. You know, so Sean knows about we don't. We can't talk about the dead. Sean has still been traumatized over what the hell happened. I can't. I have no excuse for my behavior. All I will say is I blame it on the one glass of wine that I had that day, and it just happened. You know, one thing happened to another. You know, it's kind of like, I mean, don't you kind of, I don't know, don't you ever have days where you just look at something and you just can't help but wonder, you know, will will it fit and will it fit? Like for example, like say you saw like a, and I hate I'm using this example. Let's say you had like one. Let's say you see like one like one massive hole or like one small hole, and you have like something with and you have like a rock or something or something on you, and you can't help but wonder, will it fit? You know, was I think Slave's a probably, I went, you're not entirely wrong, Shark. I think I have not been getting enough sleep. Again, after the 20-hour stream, I only slept for like 5 hours, so take it for how it is. Is it big or small hole? The important difference. I feel like big hole would be too easy of a example. Maybe I'm just referring to small. Let's say you found like a crack, or let's say you found like a crack or a dent or like a dent. I hate I'm using the dent example again. Let's say you find that like I don't know, like a random spot or like a corner, and you look at it and you can't help but wonder, you know, will it, like depending on what you have, will it, or at least you want to imagine, like, can you fit it in there? You know, I don't know. I I feel like that's human nature. I feel like that's human nature to be curious about stuff like that. What am I on about? I don't even know anymore. I'm not. I don't even know. Maybe this is just my way of like trying to express how much I miss being on stream. You know, maybe this is my way of expressing how much I miss you guys by telling you examples of stuff that I definitely. I mean, not stuff that I want to fit myself in, but certain things. You know. But that's besides the point. I guess all this to say, I miss you guys. Now, grant it's a weird way of telling you, expressing how much I miss you by telling. And this is not implicate. Okay, I want to make this clear. This is not implication of what I want. I want to make that clear, but it just is how it is. Anyways, the Dench incident happened. I don't know. Look, all I said, if you're familiar, if to anyone that's completely confused, Shant is one of the mods here. He is Discord reactive is usually like the Pepe Dench. Maybe I have the Dench's 7TV emo here, but yeah, and it was like one day, I was drinking too much wine. Sean had like 8+ shots on him, and I was like, I saw the Dench, I was like, I was kind of curious at I looked at the Dench, and then I looked at my tail. I was like, huh, I wonder. I wonder if it'll fit. And then sure enough, I resized myself and it fit perfectly. I should be happy that Shant is not here right now because I don't know how to react. This still traumatizes him to this very day. And I have been respectful enough, well, or at least up until this point, I was respectful enough to kind of keep that way off stream. I just I don't know why. I don't know why I don't know why these like my past mistakes keep coming up to haunt me. I don't. It was an accident. That's all I'll say. The whole thing was just an accident, all in all. And I did felt bad, even though Sean could have stopped himself from drinking and during that stream, and and I told him he could stop after the 8th shot, but he just I don't know. It was a weird drinking game, and I don't know why he thought by thinking that I wouldn't say rectum too enough times that he went, because I don't know. I couldn't help myself. Rectum is a fun word to say. It sounds fun. You know, it was in fact not an accident. Yeah. Why would you give us prime? If by that definition, it's not really just ammo at this rate. It feels like at this rate, I'm literally just giving you the RPG and like like a fully loaded RPG and telling you, having you to blast it on me. That's just it sounds like that's what all I'm doing at this rate. I don't know, and but I think the good news is this era will be officially over. We'll have a new era. It'll be a much more much more, well, not idle say so, like not Cerber esque say so, but say so ish era. You know, I don't think I've seen anyone with such pro skills of digging their hole. Look, I do not mean to dig my own hole. Assuming that this is what this is all about, I don't I never intend to. That's just how I am. Bless. We're getting a say so era. Trust me. Maybe if I ever got like a new model or like a new long cat model or like a new humanoid model, who knows? I can't say, not that I would ever have anything like that in the works at this very moment, but if I want to say that maybe that'll be the only time that we would truly move on to a more say so ish era, you know? There won't, and if you keep doing things like that. Rebranding, I guess, always works, but I think the only appropriate rebranding I would have to be at this point is a beaver, and I think that's a little too on the nose, all things considering. You know, Shivers up it. I, I want to say I mean, did I ever tell you guys like when I started that I'm mostly an introvert? I like to believe I'm mostly an introvert, and I still think I'm an introvert. To be fair, I because if you ever see me at IRL, I am like the most quietest motherfucker you'll ever see. So also Jakey Nerf, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Never forgive, never forget. Listen, we could forgive a lot of things, and ideally, you should forget about anything that's happened within the last year because I don't think you guys need. I don't think anybody needs to know that. I know I'm about. I have a feeling that if I continue to go down the route that I'm going, it's going to eventually cross over to some of my it's going to cross over to other communities, whether by choice or not. And I am going to be stuck at having to explain this. You know, I think that's the issue. It's very fun to clip the long cat. Yeah. Yeah. Thankfully, a lot of those clips have not popped up on YouTube. So I think I should be happy about that. I think I should be very fortunate that, in a weird, ironic twist, I definitely, for someone who clips of YouTubers, that me myself have not been clipped. So I think, I know people joke, live by the clip, die by the clip, but I think I should be very fortunate, you know, because I definitely don't think people would look at me the same. Because again, most people on YouTube do not know me as the long cat, and I think it should be fortunate. I mean, okay, granted, there's that one short, but it's Baggy clip. Listen, Baggy's gonna be stuck busy clipping a lot of Corelli. Okay, so I think and Coco, and I don't think he'll have to worry. I think he's got enough on his plate. I don't think he'll. I think I'm the last for and the priority, so I think it should be good. So, you know, I I hope. I just hope Corelli keeps streaming. That's all. I'll say. I think that's all I'll say on that matter. So, you know, because I kind of figured, or I mean, I know Coco keeps streaming for sure, so I think it'll be okay. It's never too late to build your reputation as a clipful streamer. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but I don't also worry that it's gonna start clashing over with the clip channel. Also, Pro Kid. Also, sorry if I didn't say hi earlier, but welcome in and thank you for the follow. And also have a good night, Neutral. Have a good night. But yeah, I should be okay. I want to say I should be okay. Hopefully, I should be okay. Also, Dosen, welcome in. Toast welcome in. Yeah, in a weird, ironic sense, as admittedly, sometimes I will be a little bit cursed, just a little bit. But there is some sense. There's a sense of wholesomeness underneath it. I think that's kind of why I like. You know, have I recovered? Sort of. I honestly, mentally, I still feel like I'm a little bit checked out, and which makes you wonder why I hit the live button to begin with today. And that's because simply I miss you guys, and also I need to get my marbles fix out of the way. So I don't know. We'll get to it. We'll get to it at the top of the hour. If you know how I do my streams, I just always want to get my yapping shtick out of the way. But yeah, and we'll get to the marbles. We'll get to some good old fashioned late night marbles. So I need to get both of those out of my system, and then I'll probably just like call it, and then I think that's the idea. That's why it's a short stream. It'll be a short stream for sure. It's not gonna expand to like another. Funny thing about this, Fanji just kind of joked not too long ago that this would probably just leave like that. If I had my way, I'd probably end up doing like another 20-hour stream. It's not gonna happen. I just want to make that clear. Yeah, I was happy to see when I woke up. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Oh, and also thank you for the hydrate. You're not wrong. I am kind of thirsty. Thank you for that, Pro Kid. Thank you. But yeah, but yeah, like I said, all this to say, I miss you guys. Now, granted, it wasn't quite how I imagined, telling you guys I miss you by talking about the dentions and all the other stuff. But I guess it could have been worse. It could have arguably been worse. But yeah, what was I saying, man? It was about something about introverts. So yeah, I am usually the most quiet. I'm like an incredibly quiet talker, or like a silent mofo, and I still am. I still like to believe I am, but I have noticed a lot. I've noticed lately in VCs, I have my the tendencies I usually have when I just kind of say stuff out, for the sake of that I don't really intend to, that comes across as a bit weird, and I don't particularly mean to make it. It's really gotten bad when it has started to seamlessly cross over off stream, and I don't even think twice on it nowadays. It's gotten bad, or at least or good, depending on how you look at it, I guess. But I but all this to say, I'm still very say-so, and I'm still very quiet, and I'm just your average schmo, Joe Schmo. Who knows? Also, Underfighter. Yeah, indeed. How are you doing, Underfighter? Underfighter, I hope you got your top hat back. I don't know who the egregious. I don't know who would be that egregious bastard that took your hat, but I hope everything went well. But yeah. Also, I guess while we're at happy St. Patty's Day. I completely forgot. In the midst of like drinking my Shamrock shake earlier today, I completely forgot St. Patty's Day. But hope you guys have had all the fun, most bestest alcohol of it all. Also, Aki, welcome in and thank you for the lurk. Well, I mean, listen, Underfire. I don't know who would do that, but it is what it is. Yeah, but I get it. Though. Have a good night. Underfighter. What else could I talk about? What else could I directly talk about? Oh yeah. So the command. So I did a few updates. Here, the commands. Here's the thing. The uppies command. You guys went absolutely wild during the 20-hour stream. We have over 20 certificates. We gave out over 20 VIPs. I mean, this is pretty much obvious. But I can't give out any more VIPs at this time now. So at best, you're probably gonna just get a certificate. So it could have been better. I mean, but it is what it is. But that's one thing. The other thing is I may have added another command, much to my, and I think one day I'm gonna regret, and I don't. And this is not an implication that this is what I'm secretly like. Because here's the thing about this particular command. Unlike unlike uppies, you're not gonna get anything from this. There's absolutely zero chance you're gonna get anything, and the penalty is definitely a lot higher in comparison. You know, so I just want to make that clear. Uh, I think it's like a, I think it's like a 3 minute 12-second timeout. So yeah, I'm not gonna say what it is. I think it's obvious what I'm referring to. You know, all I'll say is that, and I imagine it's probably gonna happen at some point. Oh, thank you for that. Oh, actually, wait, it does work here. Oh well, it is what it is. Anyways, how are you guys doing? The Void Cat have arrived, even though he's missing his eyes. But the Void Cat have arrived. You know. What am I saying? All I'm saying is there's a new command. Much as I'm gonna regret having this out there, I think it'll be fun. Well, it'll be fun for me because again, unlike the Ubbies command, you're not gonna get. Well, thank you for that. Well, thank you. Well, thank you for doing that. Thank you for testing that out, Flat Point. Thank you. You know. Anyways, yeah. Um, but yeah, exclamation mark Peggy's and exclamation mark Peg is now a command. And I do want to make this clear. Unlike again, I want to make this clear. Unlike uppies, there's no prize. You are not gonna get a single prize out of this. And it just you're not gonna get anything. I mean, I'm not being this. I'm not saying this to be cheeky or coy. I'm just making this very clear that you guys are gonna be wasting your time with that command. You guys, as a matter of fact, I would tell you guys to just keep doing uppies. Not because I want you guys to keep doing uppies, but because at least with that you'll get a chance. You'll have a chance. You do see, yeah. I can't wait for the inevitable. I can't wait for the inevitable like situation where, and I'm not asking you guys to do this now, but I can't wait for the inevitable situation where, if like I have like a whole lot of people on here, like, and they find out about that and they just completely use all that command, I'm gonna lose like half of the chat for like the next couple minutes, for like a good chunk of the time, to like the 3 minutes, 12. Yeah, that's given to them. Probably like 10 to be real. The prize is a sense of pride accomplishment. Yeah, but here's the thing: you're not. Again, I feel like at that point that's just pure masochism. And as someone who would never be a masochist himself, I think that's a little, it's a little weird, admittedly. Why would you subject yourself to such horrifying situations? Like why would you want to try to peg this cat? Why would you? More than anything else, why would you at the end of the day? But it is how it is. Also, have a good night, Dahlia. Have a good night. I should probably start Marvel soon. If I'm being real, I probably should start Marvels where everybody comes in expecting it and then they just completely, go to sleep. Yeah, I probably should start when I can. But right after the boy cat completely disappears. So this is how it is. but yeah, it's there. I might I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad now because because 3 minutes is still really relatively long, and but it's why it is. Oh hey, hey Ella. Why I joined to you talking about being pegged? It's a long story. It's a relatively long story. Here's the thing, Ella. They somehow think that I enjoy being pegged, and I don't know where this came from. I'm not. I definitely don't think I've ever randomly said this on a whim one day, and everyone picked up on it, and now everyone says that I like to be pegged every single time. I don't want to say that's the case. I don't want to say that's the case, but it's. You never know. Sometimes bits just kind of pop up, like recurring bits just tend to pop up out of nowhere, I guess. But also, Ella, I hope you're doing well. Ignore the obvious emote there. Ignore the fact that it's currently on the Discord on my Discord server. I definitely did not intend to put myself. That I definitely didn't put myself. Certainly, it's not the case. You know, can you not? Can you believe there was a time where I kind of wished Uppies was the only egregious thing I kind of hoped I kind of wish I had. And then like the span of a couple months, things just kind of, a whole bunch of other interesting stuff kind of popped up here and there, and now I'm with a cat that apparently supposedly likes to be pegged on top of being picked up against as well. So, it just is how it is. Sometimes it's like I guess it's kind of like the thing with like Harley and Doorknob, or like, you know, or like Ellie with the bathroom beans. These things just kind of happen. He thinks he wants to bring. No, do not bring the clips out. I don't think I don't think Ellie needs to know. Also, speaking of clips, I did, in case people haven't figured it out, or in case people were kind of curious, mostly because I know this. I kind of put this out like in the middle of like everything else, but if you guys haven't checked out Ella, please. First off, if you guys haven't checked out Ella, please do so. She's always a wonderful streamer, and she's always been very nice. On and off stream, she's always been incredibly nice. Also, I finally was able to put out the clip. That's all I'll say. It's out there. It is out there, and mostly because I found it. I found it from I think for your fan channel, like the one X put out. Yeah, the one X runs. I saw the one. Yeah, I saw the one from you, and it was from the collab between you and Niski, and yeah, I had it out there. I just kind of put it out there. You know, I yeah, it was fun. It was funny. Oh no, yeah, I know. I just kind of yeah. But I saw it from your fan channel, and I was like, from the Nickel fan channel, I was like, oh, this is. I don't know. There's something about. All I'll say about this one is that your face expressions, and this is one of the things I loved about the fact about your new model, the one that Dorisia made. I It's so expressive that the faces you made is not, you can't emulate. You can't emulate that. I yeah, the Daily Neko fan channel. You know. Also, yeah, but yeah, it's an amazing model. I love I love how that looks. And I was like, yeah, you know, I love it. So, and I love how it also, I don't know. By default, I just like the races. I like how the races works in general, and I know a lot of it's just like because I've seen it displayed out in like Ellie's model, and later with Shamimi's like uh model when like she later edited and rigged that. But yeah, it looks so good. They all look good, and yours is no different. Like, it's incredible. Uh, but yeah, Ella, I'm glad. But yeah, I'm happy you stopped by. I Yeah, I was kind of trying to get a whole lot of stuff out between this and like the Shimimi clip that I was working on a little later. So and I was working on that, and I wanted to make sure I had that out there. So yeah, I was working on that during the 20-hour stream, so I just wanted to get that out there. Get that out there as soon as I could. But yeah, I hope it turned out as well as it did, and I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm happy it turned out. I mean, I think I'm happy with how it turned out. So yeah, you know. But yeah, yeah. What was I again? Oh yeah. Anyways, but with all that said, I there's no merit truth to the pegging. I'm always on with people clipping, so yeah, no worries, Ella. You know. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're more than happy to. Yeah, I mean, it's a clip about you. You're more than welcome to do whatever you. Well, you're more than welcome to do whatever you want with it, react or whatever. No worries. Oh, Dragon, welcome. Also, Swear Rocker, thank you so much for a raid. For those who don't know, my name is Shinsu too. I am your VTuber clip around these parts. Also, a legend documentarian. I'm a long cat. It's a long story. Welcome in, Rocker. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Thank you so much. Yeah, anytime. Again, the clip is more, it's at the end of the day a clip. It's a clip about you, and you're more than entitled to, again, do whatever you want with it. Like react, don't react, or just comment, no comment. Yeah, it's all on you. So, but yeah, but also Rocker, I hope you're doing well. Metro Exodus. It's been way too long. It's been way too long since I played anything from the Metro series. I probably should get back to it because because I have this games, but I've never been able to get through like on the remake, like at least like on the remaster versions. But yeah. Anyways, how are you guys doing, Rocker? I hope you had a wonderful stream. I definitely was not talking about pegging, and I hope you're doing good. You know, you only played the first Metro. My brother played like the first Metro, and I think he played X. Like I forgot what was the second game, Last Flight. So yeah, not too familiar with that one. So you know. But yeah. Anyways, Rocker, hope we're doing good. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. I kind of want to still talk about the pegging thing. I know, and this is gonna come back to bite me in the ass. I know this for sure. It's gonna be a pain in my ass, and not because of the pegging, but because of the fact that I keep bringing this up yet again. But I there's no merit truth. That's I want to reiterate. There's no merit truth to it. Was doing good. Then my internet decided to kept two attempts seppuku. It dropped all the frames. Yeah, you gotta love a good scuff. At the end of the day, Peggy's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. I think it implies more than bite. I mean, at this rate, I can't look at this rate. PNG. I think I'd rather be bitten in the ass than to be pegged. I think it. I think that's the most at this rate. So, but with all that to say, there's no merit truth. And also, how are you doing, Sean? Fun you showed up now, Sean. I'm not gonna lie. Of all the times I expect you to not show. The one time I expect you to not show up, of course you show up. You know, it's definitely not because I talked about the Dench incident not too long ago. It's definitely not because of that. I I promise you, Sean. There's okay. I can't promise you that. It just kind of came up because of the whole. I don't know. Someone brought the Dench. Okay, that's all I could say, Sean. You know, I'm pretty sure I didn't bring it up on my own accord. So it says I use GeForce. Now I've played some games and went belly. Oh, right, GeForce, the streaming thing. Yeah, I got you in that one. Oh God, Sean, why'd you add freaky? I'm not freaky, guys. I'm not freaksta. I'm not freaksta three. Look, I'm not freaksta 312. All right, I'm still a very say so cat heart. I and I promise you, I don't. I'm not this. I'm not as unhinged that people kind of make out to be. At least I hope that's the case. I don't even know anymore. Anyways, I should probably. I kind of want to run ads and think I'm probably gonna play some marbles. Finally, play some marbles. I need the Fleeky. Oh my god, not Fleeky. Yeah, I don't know. We'll play marbles. That's all I'm saying. I need to get this fix out. I need to get on my system more than anything else. I need to get a lot of I need to get a lot of stuff out on my system. You know. Also, Willie Ziwa conveniently pop up the moment Fleeky pops in. I recorded your appearance of a certain coconut, so I got the receipts. Right, Mr. Aku. Yeah. Which, by the way, credit to him. Like he did the 24 hours, and he got introduced to marbles. So now at least we're spreading the good word about balls and all things balls in particular. So I think it's a good day. It's been a good week for the most part. Also, Panda RK, welcome in, or also thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, shout out to Aku on that one. Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of all I had to say. You on the YouTube end, should probably start ramping up, or at least try to be more consistent about what I put out. I and I honestly, the last couple days was kind of just my attempt to kind of branch out a little more. because I know for like longest time it uh has mostly been Ellie. And nothing wrong with that. But I think people had kept saying that they want to see like a little more variety, like or at least like see a little more variety of like people that they put out. And Ellie's gonna continue to be big, like no matter like continue to grow and be big no matter what. So I feel like at that point, you know, it's probably good to kind of start spraying in that one. Uh, Sorry if I did. Yeah, no, Annie, I did see that. I did see that. I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. Uh, yes, I've just been kind of busy on my end, mostly like mentally and other stuff. So also, Ella, thank you for the resub. 2 months is wow. 2 months actually. That's wild. But thank you, Ella. I but yeah. But yeah, don't worry, Annie. But Annie, don't worry. I'll take care of the I'll take care of it as soon as I can. So, also, how are you doing, Annie? Hope you're doing well. So, yeah, okay. So we got the hour in. Mess is like over 2,000 peeps. Those got banned off this. Jesus, be careful, all right? Because I said before, but I think at this point you're probably like literally the only person that actually puts stuff in the meme, like in the meme channel over on Discord, and I do read it whenever I can. And I do appreciate it. So I do not want you banned. I do not want you to overtly banned at this point. So you know, I guess my activity looks a lot like bot activity. Yeah, probably. Especially if you're like saying it all at once, like the same exact messages. So yeah, you want to be extra careful with that. But yeah. Anyways, I should probably start Marvels, right? I probably should. So yes, I gotta get out of my system. If I go at least a few more days without Marvels, I'm going to freak explode, and 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 I need hosts for sure. I messaged several people I've never messaged. Yeah, that might make sense because you gotta keep in mind there's definitely been like a lot of onslaught of like spam, like bot accounts definitely that just pop up and say, hey, just random messages to like random people. So you always want to be careful with that. So I get like I get like a good chunk of that like every week. So I don't know if this applies to like chatters, but especially like if I feel like especially if you're streamers, like by default, you're always gonna get like these random accounts to ask you, yo, you up or what, something of the sort. So you know, anyways, uh, Gamer Zone. On to the Gamer Zone. Oh, good. We're still. Oh, good. We still have it. Okay, we're good. Are we in a new season yet? I'm kind of curious. Once or twice a month? Yeah, at least once or twice. Uh, it's insane. And I know they tell you sometimes like to just let the mods know about spam or anything of the sorts, but half the time it just is like, oh, I just roll my eyes. I just ignore it half the time, which is not the best thing to probably do in that situation. But yeah, I did essentially send you and Lord David the same message. Yeah, but David, I figured David at least is aware of who you are, so I think you'll be okay. So, anyways, we should probably start. I hope I did not choose the longest map. Like the current longest map is at an hour, and okay, no, we're not. We're good. Anyways, what was the saying again? All right, exclamation mark play if you guys want to join. 3 minutes on the clock as always. Is David aware? Not even sure. I don't actually know. Does David know who you are? Because I figure because I know you're definitely part of like Taco's community. So if I kind of figure if she talks about if she's aware, she's usually aware of she's definitely known David for a while. So I kind of figure I don't know. Who knows? I don't even know anymore. But yeah. Anyways, if you guys want to join, you know what you need to do. Not main balls. Listen, we have all the balls. Listen, we adore our balls here. Here on the Shinsu 312 channel, we adore a good chunk of our balls. So, you know. Anyways, speaking of balls, a good shade of purple. Hello, I that I appreciate. Uh, Jesus, of course, with the cowboy hat as always. Sean, surprisingly going for their pink. I'm surprised, but hey, shiny ball indeed. Oh, he's that's I was gonna say, huh? Yeah. But Taco mentioned the Boston Tea Party the other day when you guys were playing Chain. Yeah, yeah, because Dave is very adamant about like because if for people that probably aren't aware of this particular war, David really loves his tea. Like the whole thing about like he's got his own bit about him being a teapot, but there's some degree of truth about him loving tea because and I don't want to say it's just because he's British, but I think that might have a good chunk of a reason. He loves his tea. He's like as much as he loves his liquor, he also loves his tea. And he was I love tea and British. Yeah, no, I was gonna say I didn't want to flat out assume under the assumption that that's just because he's British, but yeah, that man definitely loves his tea. So much so that he spent 2 hours one time in the VC with me and I think Sean and like in some of his mods. Like he spent 2 hours pining about why we wasted such good tea when we Americans threw tea over the into the Boston Harbor during like the our during the Revolutionary War in '77. During that time, he's still been very he's like I yeah I forgot how he says like I don't know but he literally spent he spent like a couple hours on it. And I usually like to troll David a lot, so he just kind of like complete. So I send him like videos of like people like reenacting the scene by dumping like bot crates of tea into the harbor, and he just gives he was disgusted. He was like unironically disgusted, and I just find it funny that and I know maybe part of it's just because of the bit, but I just like to believe that there is some level of genuine disgust, you know, of that. So, Sean, oh my god, Sean. Anyways, I'm the worst guy, British guy. I like green tea over Yorkshire. Yeah, I mean, I joke about this, but yeah, I do kind of have my favorites too. I I like Earl Grey, but also Ella. Don't worry about it. Like I said, there might have been a couple bits that occurred that I definitely did not unintentionally cause. I Yeah, I promise you. I promise. I promise. But just FYI, I love me payday too. But I do want to reiterate, I'm not the red haired one. I'm not the one that gets pinned against the wall. I'm not the one that submits. That's all I'm saying. Also, did my music stop? Oh shit, it did stop. Uh, anyways, but wait, anyways, I'll just say I'm not the red haired one, and yeah, I don't know. They've just been trying to push this whole thing, this whole bit regarding me and David Yowie, and I don't know. You gotta keep in mind, half of my chat is definitely full of shenanigans and bozos, and if you know enough of them, they know that they can tend to be huge XCXers. You know, yeah. I was gonna say all the talk about me trying to explain some of my horrifying allegations. I definitely worry about the moment when like certain other people end up getting this as well. You know, pushing like I don't get pushed to the wall, Turtle Scholar. I'm not the type of guy that would want to be pushed against the wall. I want to go. I don't want to say the opposite because that makes it sound like I'm the one that's. But on the other, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Also, congratulations, Jesus. Congratulations indeed. Uh, and yeah, nobody died so far, so we're off to a good start. We're off to a good start. Also, Jesus, side note, I hope you're doing well on your end because I know you stayed up as long as I did, and I hope you're doing well on your end because if I was feeling completely out, you know, I don't know how it was for you. Also, you actually finished a run for once. Yeah. Also, first race, not bad for a first race per se. But yeah, that we did. Anyways, exclamation mark play if you guys want to join. 2 minutes 45. Well, 2 minutes 40 seconds now. But yeah, welcome in. It was incredibly tired, but fine now. All right, I'm glad to hear. Because again, I probably I mean I feel I kind of was under the assumption that I didn't really think. I don't know. I don't think anyone. I don't think anyone really. I don't ever really expect anyone to think to try to go the full 20 hours with me on that stream, but you never had to, or for me or to anybody else that does like these long ass streams. But I do appreciate. I do appreciate though for real, Jesus. So I mean, at the very least, you got the certificate. So you got the uppy certificate, which is how it is. Also, Dark Blue Delta, welcome in, welcome in. Jensumi, welcome in as well. Welcome in. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna get at least. I want to get at least an hour, but who knows? It definitely is not gonna. This will definitely be a short stream, like I said. I just wanted to get this out of my system. Now, granted, I know historically whenever I say short stream, usually kind of ends up being at least 4 hours or more. But which is, I guess in a way it's technically short stream, I guess, but I don't think it's gonna be that long. I mean, it's not gonna be like 15 hours long like last time, so we'll be good. We'll be okay. I hope we're okay. I think more than anything, I kind of hope we're okay. So I hope we'll be okay. Anyways, exclamation mark you want to play? A minute on the clock. TVGA, welcome back. Or maybe you were here the whole time. And also welcome back for the ads as well. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna have to. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. What else could I really talk about? What else could I theoretically talk about? Oh yeah. So yeah, like I said before, the aforementioned stuff I was working on like during the 20-hour stream, I'll try to get it out before the end of the month. We'll see how this one goes. So like I'll try to get like at least I'm still working on like a few other shorts, like the Otaku short. I'll try to get that out soon. And all the other stuff. So we'll see how it goes. I'll get back to explain it later on. But also, we're off to the races with this one. What was my favorite dinosaur? I mean, if it's not T-Rex, it's usually the Stegosaurus. The Stegosaur. The one with like the spikes on its I think that's the one, right? The Stegosaur is like the one with the spike, like with the fin like protrusions onto it. Quetzal? Yeah. Maybe that's what it's called. I don't know. My dinosaur knowledge has been completely off. So take it for how it is. Take it for how it is. But Amdenosaurus is an underrated pick. People love Dagmamize. Well, you guys know more than I do. My only awareness of like anything regarding dinosaurs is like rhinoceros. Like I almost said rhinoceros, and that's not even a dinosaur. The T-Rex and like T-Rex, Stegosaurus, and like pterodactyls. Yeah. But yeah, it is what it is. The Quetzal had a 36-foot wingspan and no teeth, so it picked apart its prey and swallowed them whole. Well, that. Well, I was gonna. I probably should not make too many bits regarding anything regarding swallowing, but yeah, it's always an interesting fact to see here. It's always an interesting fact. Also, I don't think I said hi just now, but how are you doing, Lightning Rider? It's a long neck lad the size of a donkey. No, noblesse of steeds. Oh, the noblest of steeds. I might as well. I mean, at this rate, I might as well start learning about this. Maybe I should just rebrand as a dinosaur one of these days. I don't know. At the same time, it's kind of hard to completely get away from the long cat. So I'm good looking for people to understand this. Take the amplifier to reversal and then combine those energies to create imaginary technique hollow per psych black flash. I would be lying if I understood the reference, but I'm glad you're enthusiastic about it. I mean, I guess it's better than just like. I guess it's still. I guess it's a nice, refreshing take for the usual these nuts joke. I usually am expecting half the time. So I think we're good. Yeah, I'll take it. You know. Yeah, I'll take it for how's this. Also, Turtle Scholar, I think surprisingly a good lead so far. Ba 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 ba. Da, da, da. But yeah, today I definitely need to get this out of my system. Like I said, not admittedly not the most not the most relaxing day today. I've been kind of was admittedly just a tad bit stressed, but that's the beauty of Marvels. It gets a lot out of my system. How did you live that? Your guess is good as Scholar. Your guess is good as mine. But also, you're doing good. You're doing better than most. I died. That's lovely. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Anyways, sorry, I had to check something, but oh wait, this was the finish line. I was like, why aren't you guys going any further? And I'm like, damn, you guys are actually there. And oh, you died. But congratulations, Turtle Scholar. Yeah, congratulations. And we're off to the next one. We go really fast with these, so just FYI. Anyways, exclamation mark play as always, peanut butter waffles. Which sounds ridiculously good, right? I haven't had waffles in like forever. Just realizing. Also, Meryl, welcome in, Maroxai, Miss Maroxai. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, Meryl. I hope you had a wonderful collab the other day with Kuma last Friday. Yeah, hi Kitty. Yeah, how's my favorite alien? How's my favorite alien on the planet? On this side of the planet. I mean, you know. Ba, 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 ba. Just got home from work. Yeah. I no, I more than understand. I can't stand work either. That's why I'm still but I get it though. I definitely need to on the topic of work, I am still kind of job hunting. So I hope hopefully the ideas I try to get before the end of the month at the very least, but yeah. I need to get my money in however I can. So it is how it is. But yeah, Meryl, you're back home. You're here. You can relax, have fun. Definitely, throw your balls onto the court. Well, I forgot to sing. Throw your balls into the count, and yeah, have a good one. Because you're more than welcome here. Sit back, relax, enjoy a nice St. Patty's Day marbles. Which I'm kind of curious now if we have St. Patty's Day marbles. Also, why does that look like a? Anyways, never mind though. Anyways, hope you're doing good. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this and I can't. I was gonna say this kind of looks like I don't know. Kind of remind me something, but I don't know if I should dive any further into it. Don't worry about it. Anyways, less than a minute if you guys want to join. Exclamation mark play. Well, thank you for saying that, Meryl. I didn't want to go down the usual route that you seem to always end up taking. And honestly, but it's fine. But thank you for that. Because especially after all the other talks about the usual things to talk about, I had to I do want, although I do want to make it clear. Again, at the end of the day, I do not want to be pegged IRL. Just I want to put that out there. So I don't want, just make it out, put it out there. Anyways, Arkin, welcome in as well. We got 10 seconds if you guys want to join. Exclamation mark play. Freak again. Listen, Sean, you're lucky you didn't talk about the dentions, so we're good. At least not again. So we'll be okay. Ba, 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 ba. That wouldn't help your cause. No, yeah. I mean, I would say that applies to YouTube, but then I realized you only streamed that one time. You just never came back. And so I guess you're not directly affected by it, but oh well, oh well, oh well. You know.
Because I'm your daddy.
Thank you, Zila. Thank you for reminding everyone that Brooke is my daddy. Anyways, if you guys want, well, I mean, yeah, Ella, I'll say, Ella, is that I truly apologize if you end up looking at me a different way. Mostly just because I can't explain half of my streams to begin with. To be fair, sometimes things kind of just happen for a reason. But theoretically speaking, I mean, it's not wrong though. The day, baby. Brooke did made the model. She did rigged it. You made me choke. Okay, I'm happy because it's one of those things where it's like I always get nervous because I know half is definitely like if you know the bit, you know the bit. Have you seen the shows? I've definitely seen the way. I definitely seen. I definitely heard you say a lot of stuff, but it's like, I'm no room to judge it all. I think as VTubers, we don't have a lot of room for judgment at this rate. I think by default, I think with most VTubers, you have to expect some level of like some level of hinginess. Even if it's like the most minuscule bit, it's like that's all I'll say. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's not much to that one though. I mean, again, Brooke did make the long cat art. She did rig it, so technically it's not wrong. Even though she's technically both my model mom and dad, but that's a whole other story. So just put 10 on stream. Just put 10 on stream, and what you said will be nothing compared. I've seen a lot demo, and yeah, I don't think anybody really can compete with her on that on that level of hingeness. Although she, I do admire her. I do admire her for being outspoken like that. So, oh, Tana, I thought you were talking about Tana, but I know Tana. I know Tana. Although I am also aware of this thing. Yeah, because Ella, aren't you like into Tana? I just realized. If you know, you know. I am aware. I'm vaguely aware, but I definitely didn't press perverter on it. So I was like, oh, because I've definitely seen at least one clip of it, and I definitely seen the art on like at least maybe one fan art on Twitter. So yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware. Anyways, exclamation mark play if you guys want to join. 3 minutes on the clock. Again, we don't know. I don't know how long I'll keep playing it. The current plan is to at least get through the hour, and then maybe I'll start rating out. Well, but who knows? If you know how I am, my race, it could last a little longer. We'll see. It depends on the mood at the end of the day. So there's a certain tweet. I think that's probably the tweet question. That's all I'll say. Anyways, exclamation mark play. Exclamation mark play. Forgot where I heard this from. Was this from Far Cry? Eh, who knows? But anyways, yeah. So yeah. I mean, listen, we all have our favorites, right? You know, make abundant. Yeah, I remember that song all too well. But yeah, well, but hmm. Anyways, I again still have to put the rest of the clips out this week, or at least try to get most of the shorts at least. The Otaku one again, it's done. I'm just trying to debate where I should put sound effects on that one. The I have like the one at Palace, and I know with Palace she's been kind of working on the she's been doing I have been paying attention to her like daily karaoke shorts lately, so it would be interesting to put one particular bit from there. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just at this rate. I'm just kind of like discussing what to put out there. Uh, but yeah, all I'll say about this week is probably expect a little bit of like everything, you know. So, but yeah. Also, Panda Arcade, thank you for the 1 bits. Thank you, thank you. Anyways, and also exclamation mark play. Less than a minute to go. Kane, welcome in. Welcome in. So, hmm. I'm kind of curious if I should give the Naka one. I also have to. I also am nearly done. I am kind of more or less done, but I'm trying to debate whether I should put this on my own channel or if I should, because I had a wild idea regarding the Nako clip that I was working on, or like Nako, like Nako. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was the one that like Baggy kind of put. They used to kind of clip a while back. I'm trying to debate whether or not I should put that on the channel or I should just flat out give it to Baggy. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like that level of hinges definitely fits like his audience a little more. But I don't know. I probably would have to talk to Baggy about it. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. Dun, 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 dun. And we're off to the races yet again. Ba, 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 ba. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, or night, depending where you are. I have been kind of, yeah, I don't know. Tuesday felt a little weird, admittedly. So maybe it's just classic early in the week things, but it is what it is. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, it's definitely now just going into full on Far Cry 3 soundtrack, I think. So ba, 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 ba. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyways, who's in the lead? Let me zoom out real quick. All right, so as usual, I'm on the lead, no doubt about it. You know, professional marbler at work here, as always. Anyways, hmm. Actually, maybe maybe the next one should be the last one, because it's like I was expecting a lot more on my system, but honestly, I think a good chunk of like what I need to get out was definitely just me yapping my mouth out. So, which was always a good thing. Oh, also wait. Oh wait, still in the lead. We're still good. We're still good. Except Turtle Scholar might take it from me. Uh, I definitely didn't set the system up that way, but congratulations, Turtle Scholar. Congratulations, first place. Yet again. I don't know how you did that, but congratulations. But Dragon, you're the only one to DNF, so. But better luck next time. Better luck next time. Ba, ba, da, 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 da. Matt should beat the rig. There's no rigging to the race. If anyone knows here on the Shinsu 312 channel, as anybody knows, here on the Shinsu 312 channel, my marble races, they happen a lot, but they're also some of the most fair. They're the fairest races, all right? You're not gonna like most of them have some are skewed towards certain people. Not here. You know, you'll win this one. I mean, I don't know how often you marble, but clearly you got the skins. You got the marble skin for it, so I assume you played a few games yourself. I think the odds might far realm. I want to say it could curry in your favor. Who knows? I see you, Baggy. All I want to do is pew pew. Yeah. And take your money. All right. So, as always, exclamation mark play, a little less than a minute, or 2 minutes, really. Yeah. Yeah. I think I got a lot. I think I said a lot. I think I said everything I need to say out there. But yeah. Clip side things, I'll definitely put out. I'm gonna try to put a little more variety out there this week. So, because yeah. So I think like the only because I think the only I think I could still get like a few more clips from from last Sunday's balding stream, but I think at that point I'll probably mostly be in shorts. So we'll see how it goes. Also, Bailiff, welcome in. Welcome in. Definitely want to clip a lot more Shumini this week. So, but we'll see. No promises as always, but we'll see. Anyways, less than a minute. Oh, speaking of Shumini, yeah, I did see the ongoing I did see the ever ongoing friend zone drama going on that Shumimi reacted to. I saw that one, Baggy. It was I love how she just kind of inadvertently started that. So this little ongoing friend zone drama between Krelly and Coco. I've been keeping an eye on that. It's been fun to watch. You know. Anyways, 20 seconds if you guys want to join. Exclamation mark play. You may win the marble race you may win the ever coveted Shinsu marble race this year for the first time. And even though you technically will not get a reward, even though I probably should at this rate, what matters is that you won. You won legit, you won fair. And keep in mind, again, contrary to popular belief, these are not skewed in my favor. Or in anyone's favor, really. Even though. So, just want to make that clear. Even though I shouldn't really be in last place. What the hell? But, it's still early. We'll see how it goes. I do recommend winning, to be fair. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. I was thinking about maybe doing some boosted enabled marble races, but apparently the only way to actually act, because contrary to popular belief, exclamation mark. Well, the boost feature does work, but I have to set it up as a chow redeem, apparently. So apparently that's the only way to actually enable boost in the races. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do some more boost, like a little more variety in the races. Maybe actual boosting for once, Actual bit, think about it. Actually, also the jump features there too. I'm to be fair, I've learned most of this just from Wacky Stream, so take it for what it is. I got first. Let's fucking go. Also, Baggy died. I don't want. Well, I mean, listen, it's survival of the fittest, Baggy. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. Also, Ella, I'm sorry you died. I'm sorry you died as well. Look, maybe not this race, but there's still hope. Still gonna do a few more races, probably, maybe. Also, Shanta, I can't say this is how I anticipated things, but I don't think I ever seen you win here, so this might be a good thing after all. So I was raise the volume a little bit here. I don't think you've won a game here. Yeah, I don't think you have either. But I think I like to think that even though I didn't anticipate you to win, or on the assumption that you win, I think this more than repays for whatever happened back in the day. Everyone's dead. Wait, is it just me and Sean's? um, Again, guys, I want to reiterate. Oh, Sean's, it's just me. Okay, listen, guys, I want to reiterate again. These things happen again. Oh, never mind. See, I told you guys. Yeah, I told you guys. There was never a doubt. Again, these races are not skewed in my favor. I promise. So, it just sometimes things just are the way that they are, and yeah, nobody won at the end of the day. So it's a I think we'll take that as a good thing. Anyways, exclamation mark play. We'll have to try again. Even when I win, you lose. Again, Sean, I don't know how this could have happened, my guy. I don't know how this could have happened, right? I don't skew these races in my favor. So sometimes it's just the look of the ball. Sometimes you're blessed with having the balls on your head, and and it'll carry you to the everlasting finish line, I guess. And then other times, it just you just get smacked with them, and sometimes you don't know how to react. Having what you know what I mean. You know what I mean, Sean. Look, you have to understand, Sean, it's been a long day. I it's been a long day. Sometimes it's just how it is. Sometimes you have it on top of your head, sometimes it just hits you smack in the face. That's just how it is. I don't think, but you don't even have your ball anymore. I have my ball. I mean, you see it right here in the race, but also I have my ball. Don't worry about it. you know. Also, again, I cannot. Uh, a constant reminder. Once again, I cannot legally claim that I have one ball anymore. So, mostly due to the fact that I unfortunately know people who actually have only one ball, and I cannot legally claim that I'm a uniballer. But as I've always claimed, just because I may not be a uniballer does not mean that I cannot support my fellow uniballers in spirit. In a way, I'm a uniballer in spirit. So, as I've always said before. So once again, I am with you guys to any of my fellow uniballers. It's okay. We can remove one for. Don't, please, please don't, Sean. Okay, I already listen. I already technically lost one. I cannot afford to lose the other. All right, because at that rate, what won't at that rate, if I don't have my one other look, if I don't have my ball, how would that define me as a long cat, as the alpha male? How could that define me? How could that define me? Right? How can I define myself? How can I live with myself? But I guess on the other hand, I mean, I guess theoretically it could be worse. Mods on Baldus, man, don't Sean. Come on, you knew the rules the moment you became a bot here. Even though I pretty much gave it to you without even considering whether or not you wanted it, but you know, you knew the risks. It's kind of the same way as being a priest, or yeah, a priest. Yes, wait, and maybe it's a priest. I don't know. Look, all says this. It's kind of like the same way as being a pope. You know, you you sign it's in how it goes with celibacy. At the end of the day, you can't give me uppies the moment you become a mod. That's just the rule. You know, even though Tynus and I think I mean I guess technically you have broken that rule numerous times, but but that still applies. You can't give me uppies anymore, Sean. That's the rule. Anyways, what was I saying again? Um. Oh, well, never mind then. Anyways, Panda Arcade. On an unrelated note, Panda Arcade, you're actually in the lead. But as they always say, it's one thing to take the lead, it's one thing to maintain it. And Baggy, you fell to your death again, as did Carnelian. And yeah, Baggy's just been dying a lot lately. Maybe really just has been a horrible Tuesday for most of us, you know. Anyways, but never mind. Anyways. Uh, hmm. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, well, never mind then, Panda. Perhaps next time. At the end of the day, perhaps next time. You know, again, it's all about the survival of the fittest. I mean, maybe this is just the one things I just love about the marbles. It's just truly about survival of the fittest. You know, you got to have the best ball. You have to have the greatest ball in all of mankind. Probably, maybe. You know, but we'll see how it goes. Jesus so far has been proving that. I think. Probably. And of course, me being second, no doubt there. No problems with second. You know, I'll take second for what it is. Do 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 do. Do, do, do. Oh wait, of course I died. But congratulations, Jesus, and congratulations, VGA, first and second place. Not bad, not entirely bad per se. But anyways, congratulations, Jesus. Congratulations, VGA. Sean's actually third place for once. Uh, you know, not bad, not bad. Okay, I think I have two more in me, and I think I'll probably have to call it. I told you guys, actual short race for once, or short stream for once, actual short stream. You know. Anyways, but also exclamation mark play 3 minutes if you guys want to join. If you guys want to join, this may be yeah 2 more races. I think I got 2 more in me. I think. I want to believe I have 2 more in me. God, I hope I have 2 more in me. Also, Zen, welcome in. You finally popped in, and yeah, actually surprised. I was expecting you to come in earlier. Well, also, welcome in, Zen. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, 2 minutes on the clock if you guys want. 2 minutes 30 seconds on the clock if you want to join. Zen, it feels like it's been forever since I saw you. So yeah, it's good to see you. Even though you constantly give me as much pain as you usually do, but you know, it's good to see you. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna try to do. I was gonna show up wearing like a St. Patty's Day out like hat and like just yeah. I was gonna show up wearing the St. Patty's Day hat and I was gonna actually turn orange for once, but I completely couldn't find a good shade of orange to age myself into because based on how the model is like oriented shaped, I can't like theoretically, you know, like I could like turn one shade like certain parts of the body into like orange without turning like the white the white fur orange as well. So I couldn't do much about that on my end. Still try to sleep, but I saw marbles and I need marbles today too. Because like I said, marbles is like a really interesting. It's a weird way to kind of relieve any type of stress or if you're like having like a hard day or whatever. It's like it's a weird way to kind of seeing balls roll down. I guess all this to say it's very comforting. I feel at peace, and I don't know where that came from, ironically, but you know, there's a weird comfort to it. But yeah, you're good, son. Because again, I should be done after the next race. So but yeah, again, short stream it is how it is. I just wanted to get this out of my system, and then we'll see how the rest of the week goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyways, less than 20 seconds if you guys want to join, !play. Guess we just like watching balls. We all love to watch balls. We're all really true ball enthusiasts at the end of the day. You know, I think it's just a combination of factors. But yeah, anyways, we're off. We're off. We're off. Like obviously Shamin's love the marbles. That's not a surprise. David's community loves his marbles. Bo definitely got you guys into a whole lot of marbles. I was my model parent is definitely obsessed with balls, and yeah, that's kind of it was all this created like a perfectly good moment, I think. Also, why is everybody dying? Why are you all dying? Wait, how are you guys dying? Okay, well, this was another massacre. I don't even know how all y'all died. Anyways, yes, Marvel's indeed. Yeah, it's. I promise you guys, it's not rigged. It's not rigged, guys. Because if it was rigged, I don't think I would have. I mean, listen, if it was truly rigged, I'm pretty sure I. Well, I was gonna say I truly would still be alive, and then realized I actually am still alive. So, never mind. Anyways, how do you always live? This is just what happens when you're a professional veteran marbler like I am. You gotta live. It's not just a matter of playing marbles. You just have to live the marble. You have to breathe the marble. You know, you have to think nothing but marble. You gotta let flow through your system, just like you sometimes have to let love or hate flow through your system. You know, it's not just a case of like playing. It's a lifestyle. You gotta think of nothing but balls. But also Carnelian, congratulations, Baggy. Wait, Baggy. How did you? I looked away for a second. First off, Carnelian, thank you for congratulations, world record. Second of all, Zen, thank you for the 13 months. Do not give me uppies, please. And third, Baggy, how the fuck did you die? I looked away for 1 second. I was like, I don't know. I definitely didn't do it. I do want to make it clear I had nothing to do with this. Even though I somehow also survived, I had nothing to do with this. All right, I promise you. All right, very, very fair, very legit. I promise. You're out of action. Can't say I have. If you're talking about like a movie or whatever, I can't. Snatch the feed from the jaws of victory. Yes, indeed. Also, exclamation mark play a whole lot of pink. That looked like it said whole, and I'm already worried about this, but whole. I probably shouldn't go down that road. Anyways, exclamation mark play if you guys want to join. 3 minutes on the clock. Main ball sucks. Your ball. Well, your ball just needs to put in some work. It needs to get a few more uses. But you'll get to it. Just like for everybody else's balls, you just gotta put in work with it, and you'll be good. But anyways, 2 minutes 30 seconds. If you guys want to join. This should be the last race. I want to say this should be the last race. So, and I think this will be the last race. But anyways, but we'll see. But in the meantime, on the assumption it's the last race, 2 minutes on the clock if you want to join. Also, I keep forgetting to say hi to newer people, but welcome in, Yusuf. Even though I think you said you were here earlier. Very fun FPS. I'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, I shall keep an eye on that. But yeah, yeah. Let me see. Yeah. In the meantime, on the assumption that I am done, we'll see who's live. Ba, 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 ba. I see we're just going on the mid 2010 EDM dubstep element, but it's fine. Let's see who's live. Let's see who's live. Ba, ba. Okay, Bun is live. Kieran's also live. Rumi's live. Uh, but there's also obviously the usual Aussie VTubers are live as well. Sinu's live. Ame's live. Hmm. Always tough choice. You know, I kind of assumed like I don't know why. I kind of assumed that this time usually be a little easier to choose, but in like the time I'm kind of, but in like the last couple of years, I've kind of started really going like following like a whole lot of like VTubers from the land down and under, like from the Oceania, you know, the Aussie and like New Zealand Kiwi VTubers like the last year or so. So now once again things have been kind of hard to choose as far as like raid targets. You know, especially during these times when I'm always seems to be streaming here nowadays. So yeah, yeah. I always have my favorites though. Uh, hmm. But yeah, I'll have to figure out who to choose. Anyways, 10 seconds if you guys want to join on what could be the last race. I hope it's the last race. But in the meantime, we're about to start. So ba, ba, ba. Also, I can't think of Centipede nowadays without thinking about Human Centipede, and I feel like because I kind of watched it again, the first one not too long ago, and yeah, and once again, it's kind of imprinted in my mind again. So yeah, I don't think I need to explain more, but if you know, you know, right? anyways, Panda, I think you're in the lead so far. Sorry, the PTSD kicking. Although I So Zen, oh my god, Zen, not again. I mean, again, no hate on you, Zen, but come on. You know, as I've always said, I can't end a race on a Zen. I have my reasons. It's not because, and it's definitely not because of your usual nature, Zen. But you know, well, it looks like that may not be the case today. Oh, I was worried I exit. I was so worried I exit Marble streams. Don't worry, yeah, thanks. No hate, but F you. Yeah, I know. I'm aware of the F you bit. And I get it, you know, if Bo ain't here, sometimes you gotta let out that frustrations and flip the double bird off to the next person that you love or hate or whatever in between. But, you know, I'll take it. Sean, I think you're in the wait, Sean, I think you're in the lead. All right, you are. But yeah, Baggy, I think you might be in the lead, probably. All right, yeah, not Baggy are in the lead. do 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 do. Ba, ba. I should probably start planning this week as well. I have to figure out. I still haven't figured out when I'll actually be. Uh, well, I want to say I should probably get back to doing a schedule, but we'll see. Because I definitely haven't just doing this whenever, wherever. Uh, oh, Baggy. Congratulations, Baggy. Congratulations. I mean, you died numerous times in the past, but you finally got first place, or for tonight at least, finally got first place. Congratulations. And Ella, while it's not first place, you're getting better. It's fifth. Fifth place ain't that bad, all things considering. Take second, yeah. Listen, no shame at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, as long as you're at the top 10, you're good in my book. Even though I don't know why. I don't know what happened there. Like, congratulations, Maggie. Um, I should theoretically end stream, but I don't know if I want to end stream with me completely being the only person that died. No, no. Here's the thing. I want. I know this is gonna sound like an excuse, but I want at least. Okay, fine. One more race. Exclamation mark play. Can't win on Marbles. We'll see. Also, that should have said one time this stream. I didn't really say it twice. I thought I fixed it. Oh well. Claire's final row. Or maybe that's just a preemptive. Who knows? Anyways, exclamation mark play. 2 minutes 30 seconds if you guys want to join. This should definitely be the last race. You could just say you want me to win so you could go one more. I mean, that would be a bit insane, don't you think, Zen? Like, why would I want you to secretly win? Why would I put that on myself, right? Why it's not like you winning would only serve to feed my obsession even more and force me to be on here for like another hour. I'm on my own accord, granted, but it's how it is. Sometimes things just are the way they are. Anyways, 2-3, 2-3, 2-3, 23. Anyways, then I hope you're doing well, and I hope I probably shouldn't say anything more. I think there's enough on that list. Don't worry about it. Anyways, a minute 30 seconds. If you guys want to join, exclamation mark play. Is the final race in the same way that your last few Terraria updates were each the last update? Admittedly, kind of. Yeah. The thing you have to understand, I do love my marbles to the point where I have historically kind of said, that I would do one more race and maybe end stream, but my love for it usually just kind of ends up backfiring on me sometimes. So much so that I decided to went out my way to make a command a few months back. It's I don't know. Yeah, if you understand how I am, like it's the same way with Gamba. I genuinely think I still have one more in me in this case. You gotta be safe for the list this weekend. Next week, since I'll be gone to cabin, let's go. Let's go. I mean, so theoretically, that would mean that any new allegations that pop up, you can't even be there to record. So I'm glad. Not that will ever happen, but thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. I think it'll be a good week after all. Well, starting next week, it'll be a good week at the end of the day. Anyways, 10 seconds. Last should be the last race. So it's the Shumian in him. Yes, indeed. And well, Dad and I love my balls. So it just is how it is. Oh, wait, is there no barrier? Like, oh, there is no barrier. There is no barrier. This is, oh no. Oh, Delta, careful. You're teetering. Okay, guys. listen, I know this looks bad, all right? I know this shit. Oh, okay. Well, see, I died. See, I told you. I told you I died. Look, I didn't become sole survivor. I didn't become the last survivor just so I could look good, all right? I promise you. Oh, guys, look. See, I died too. You know, I died. Okay, well, listen. Obviously, because okay, it doesn't matter. Like because everybody died. Obviously, I can't end stream with everybody dead. Okay, yeah, I can't end on a loss, but also I can't end with everybody dead. So, direct, you can't even blame me on this one. You know. So I guess so. I'll have to make things right. Exclamation mark play. Exclamation mark play. I was like, 23 was a nice thing, but it's like, oh. I mean, I guess it could be worse, though. It could have been 6-7. It could have been an entire track list of literally just 6-7s. But I feel like based on how everything lines up, everyone literally would just freaking die on the first go. Like in the first, before they reach like the second number, you know? The final race. Also, I still did not fix that command because that should have gone up like 3 times. but the second number is definitely going up, and it has been 62. And yeah. Anyways, 2 minutes if you guys want to join. This is the. Trust me, Yusuf. There have definitely been more final races I've done in the past. Okay, Kuma, welcome in. Kuma, thank you so much for the raid. For those who don't know, my name is Shinsu312. I am your VTuber clip around these parts. I'm also a legend documentarian, and I am a long cat. Is a long story. Kuma, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. And you guys are in time. If you guys want to join, I'll be quick about this. If you guys want to join, hurry up and play. Exclamation mark play. You know how it is. I know your audience. You guys love your marbles. You love your balls over there on Kuma's channel, just like I love my balls here. But also, Kuma, I hope you had a wonderful stream. Were you just yapping the whole time? Because I definitely saw you a little bit before I started, so I was like, yeah, it's like we need a couple more final raises. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll do one more on top of that because this was meant to be the last race, but his stream was nothing but views. Wait, what's views? Wait, Kuma, what's views? Now I'm kind of curious. The molding was perfect. I feel like there hasn't been. I feel like there hasn't been one Kuma stream where Kuma has not looked like he regrets anything that's been said or has been said to him. But I'm kind of curious what happened last run. Something's broken. I don't want to talk about it. I mean, listen, I understand. Listen, coming from someone who also has had a lot of things broken, both stream wise and mentally, I understand. And you are in good company. Just like with all the Raiders, you are also in good company here because we also offer marbles. We also have chat that seems to love to bully me for no reason. And also, fun. Might need to remake a bunch of stuff. Yeah, very good. I'm curious about the views though. It's a breakdown for the ages. Yeah, I figure. It's not no reason you dig holes. I don't dig holes. And also FYI, Raider, there's no merit to digging holes. Digging holes is basically just me fighting the allegations that my chat usually has been saying about me lately. Albies is obviously one of the obvious ones. It's probably arguably the one I kind of wish was the only one that I had to deal with. And also, do not ignore Jesus's message about me wanting to be pegged. That's not true either. Okay. And I'm not even going to get into the conversation regarding, certain bodily functions. That's all I'll say. Anyways, Kuma, I had sounds play with certain text prompts, and now it's only playing a random beat. Oh, right. Okay, wait. You're talking about the sound effect beat. Okay, because I definitely heard something. I heard abuse, like a pew pew sound, and I was like, I didn't know if that was just like your, slide cover for your desktop or not, but I definitely remember hearing that a few times. I was curious what you meant by view. I'm gonna probably guess that it happened a lot more times, right? I'm gonna make the assumption. So,
meow.
Anyways, meow to you, Raiders, and meow to you, Kuma. don't worry about it. Don't worry, don't worry. The scuff always will happen. Chat figure out what was causing it. What did now I'm curious. What did cause it now? Now, you know, sent the sound for you to see. Hold on, Blazing. Let me check. Oh yeah, I know yeah. That's exactly my thought. You know, that was exactly that was the exact sound I heard. Uh, pew. So they spammed it. Yeah. I mean that's chat for you at the end of the day. Pew. Um, but now that that's been brought to my attention, uh, just just completely unrelated, Bakuma. I was kind of curious. I was kind of curious. I hope you don't mind if maybe I might, if I could implement this in my stream. I'm not trying to. I'm not gonna say that this is gonna happen, but I was kind of curious. I don't know how I'm gonna implement it if that ever happens, but you know, but pew pew. I like the sound. To be fair, and maybe it's just because I'm insane, but and I hear a whole lot of stuff whenever I'm editing, like doing my usual editing sessions. I hear a lot of things on repeat half the time. I can't tell. Maybe I'm just used to it, but I don't know. It's very sad. Yeah, it is very satisfying. You're not wrong about that, Blaze. Yeah. Although something tells me if I do this though, if I do this, Kuma may never come back. And I always like Kuma. Yeah, I like Kuma. I like his streams. If you guys haven't checked Kuma, like for anyone who hasn't checked out Kuma, if you haven't checked him out, please do so. Every Sunday, he always does Find My Ocean, which is him reacting to various VTuber clips as he tries to find his Oshi for the week. I am aware of the series. Also, congratulations, Miles. Not even, I don't think I ever seen Heroes often, or if at all. But also, for first place, not bad. Payday indeed. I really should get back to Payday. I should get back. But also, yeah. But yeah, Kuma, if you're still here, it's such a cute idea. Yeah. It's a cute idea. But and Kuma usually does this every Sunday night. He does he watches a whole bunch of stuff like that Chad submits to him, or that gets curated to him. Usually ranges between it ranges between a whole lot of VTubers, obviously from Neuro to Bao to the usual go, maybe big and small streamers too. So I know Rexon was on there too as well. It was 3-minute ad break. I'm sorry guys, but we'll do one more. We'll do one more race. I think I owe it to you guys. We'll do one more. So big streamers like D Shinsen 312. How are you doing, Otaku? Exclamation mark play if you guys want to join. I ain't that big. Which I mean, I ain't that big of a VTuber, right? You know what I mean. I am the long cat. Also, Raiders, I am a long cat. It's a long story. What do you mean? Listen, I just am who I am. Also, I'm probably gonna hold off and maybe I should start at 3 o'clock. I'll start as soon as the ad break hits the 2-minute mark. You are decent. I do appreciate it, Ella. I definitely I ain't that special, I'm just a random long cat on the internet. You're the most upbeatable long cat on the I don't know about that. Do I look do I directly look like I'm someone that's upbeatable? I do not mean to zoom in. Okay, anyways, I should not be showing I'm ridiculously huge here. What the hell? Anyways, 3 minutes on the clock. You want to join? Exclamation mark play. My scroll wheel has been completely fucked, so I can't even zoom out half the time. But yeah, now you get big long cat as a result. Yeah. Also, Taco, hope you're doing well. Let me give you a shout out as well. Anyways, but yeah, Otako, you're doing well. Do not peg this cat. It's way too. Well, to be fair, I guess theoretically it's is the perfect time to look. You are who you are, and if you and things you like is your business, but pegging is not mine. That's all I'll say. I cannot zoom. I cannot scroll on my wheel. I definitely need a new mouse. And thank you for the head pads, whoever did that. I'm kind of stuck in VTube Studio. Anyways, don't worry about it. Anyways, exclamation mark play if you want to join. Are you gonna become a Marvel streamer? I feel like I've already passed the point of becoming a Marvel streamer. I mean, Otaka, have you not? Taka, I don't think there's been one point where I haven't done a Marvel stream. I haven't done Marvels at some point, you know? I think every time we hear you play Marvel, I mean, you have to understand Otaku. You know, we love our marbles. We love our balls here. And you have to understand, you know, between the Shemians, the Bozos, and who my model parent is, this was kind of inevitable. You know? He's already got. Oh yeah, I do have the career code, by the way. If you get, I mean, not that you guys would ever want to buy anything at the Marvel store, but if you ever do, and you ever want to pay for skins or whatever, please use career code Chinsa. You won't get a discount, but if you ever want to send a donation, a little couple cents my way, I do appreciate it. You're not obligated to, obviously. So, balls, 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 balls. Yeah, you're more of a boobs person, but balls are good. I think it's safe to say maybe most of us are kind of like that too. But I can't judge. Anyways, listen, you people love their booba. We love our balls. We all love our balls here. Here on the Shinsu 312 channel, where these races are literally nothing but legit and fair. We love our balls. So, and we will see them race in like less than 40 seconds. If you guys want to join, I love booba so much. I have 3 of them. Yeah, that's why I always say the best things always come in threes, and you're can't say that's one of the reasons why you're my favorite alien, but you know, it's certainly an interesting take. Fairest Marvel race I've been in, indeed. That's why I love you. Yeah, I definitely. It's not often you go into a stream and see VTuber with 3 boobs, but you know I won't. But you know that's just you know that's just how your race is, and I get it. You know, it's uniqueness that sets us apart, and I appreciate the uniqueness. That's all I'll say. You know, I appreciate people that stand out. I you know, I mean personality wise too, but you know. Anyways, we're off. We're off. We'll do one more race on top of that. You know, I feel like just doing one more race on. It was supposed to be the last race 5 races ago, you know, but I am who I am. You know, I can't help who I am. I can't stop who I am. So, and I mean, I can't stop who you guys are as well. And you guys are all Marvelers at heart. So we'll see who wins. And so far, it's been Yusuf. So, you know, although others are clearly underway as well. But yeah. But yeah, Taco, we had a wonderful. Well, did you stream? I didn't actually check, but might say for one more race. I guess I think the next one will definitely be the last one for sure. Although, again, historically, I've said last races before. Sometimes it goes several more hours than it needs to, but I think today it won't be as long. So I think we'll be good. You had a brief stream, yes. This will also be a brief stream. It won't go 15 hours. It won't go 20. You know. I just realized we're not even in the Marvel Scar. Well, thank you for reminding me, Jesus. I definitely need a moderator for this time. I think a more consistent moderator. I don't have one. You know? And honestly, if I can't find anybody else, I think maybe I'll consider the people that are here for a while, you know? What's that is? You're still waiting for your hammer? I mean, Zen. I mean, I would gladly give you the hammer, but you know, I already gave 2 of them to people that, you know, to I want to say reliable people. But to be fair, it is just PNG and Wolf, and I know your beef with Wolf lately, and I don't understand. I mean, I understand to some extent, but I don't know why it's still ongoing. Sean, yeah, I was gonna say, Sean, I see you're in the race, and I know you. Sean, do your job, please. Anyways, congratulations, Dark Blue Delta. Uh, wow, this is probably the most I've had since the 20-hour stream. Um, but yeah, congratulations, Delta. And okay, we'll do one more. We'll do one more, and then I think I have to call it. You know, I think I have to call it. Warp to Mr. Sue. So yeah, exclamation mark play. This should be the last race, ideally. 3 minutes on the clock if you guys want to join. You know, ignoring the obvious fact that I've falsely claimed this in the past. This should be the last one for Jerseys. It wasn't the last race. It wasn't the last race 5 races ago, Meryl. It was far from the last race 5 races ago. But don't worry. Don't worry. This will definitely be the last race. I need to get back to it. I have to go off. I have to eat, and then I have to get back to try and edit a few more things. Including a few other shorts that I have to put up on the channel. If you guys don't, because again, if you guys don't know, VTuber Clipper, although I have been trying to get back at it recently. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. No eating only stream. Listen, I already did. I mean, technically, I did that with the 20-hour stream, but then I had that peanut butter banana sandwich. So, and I guess the breakfast. I mean, that was like my only breakfast: peanut butter banana sandwich. So, is what last race we swear on Shinse's 301's great. PB banana so it is actually legit good. And honestly, I had one not too long ago, and it was really. I had with like cinnamon bread. Like I only had cinnamon bread, but it was legit good. So, is what it is. Anyways, also I forgot to say, but Kuma, if you're not here, I assume you're not here because I don't think I see your marbles. But if you need a raid run, and play all raiders too, if you need a raid run, it's all good. Oh, Kuma, you are here. I mean, I guess you're down to play marbles. It's all good. And how is this so good? It was fire. Yeah, it's all good. If you get like smear 2 slices of bread, peanut butter, put like stack it up with marble. I said stack it up with marbles. Stack it up with banana slices, and maybe put some chia seeds on top of that, or whatever you want to put, like almonds or whatever. It's a good. It makes for a good snack. Don't put marbles on your peanut butter sandwich. I just trust me. It doesn't end. Not the crunchy marble, even though it adds some nice texture. Do I still have that shirt? I do. Maybe I still have the shirt. Actually, I forgot because I know what shirt you're talking about, Maro. But I do have the top hat. I don't have the shirt, although I could probably. I mean, listen, Maro. I don't mind doing a little bit of promotion for you. I'll gladly wear the shirts if I need to. You know. Where is it? There we go. Anyways, we're about to start. This should be the last race. I want to say this should be the last race, but we'll see. Oh. Do. It might be lagging on my end at the moment, but I prefer peanut butter chocolate sprinkles. That's pretty good too. I've had I definitely had the one with the cheese seeds on top, and it was really good. I ain't gonna lie. It's still I don't know. I kind of want one again. I really kind of want it stream for it too. But the love of Marvel still reigns there. Anyways, let me zoom out real quick. That's me zooming in. Why do I keep zooming? But yeah, anyways, Delta once again in the lead. Once again the lead. Can I drag this? Okay, I had to save it. But yeah, anyways, Mara, wait, Mara, are you in the lead? Damn. Do. No, it's 7:30. I was gonna use stew stew waffles. I haven't had that in a while as well. Damn, I kind of want to go out and get it now. I mean, it's still late, but get my gas stations usually have something like that. The 7-Eleven I know nearby definitely has that. Hmm. Anyways, Mero, it'd be wild if you had a lead while I put on this. Well, well, let me. Oh, it won't let me put it out there. But oh well. Anyways, let me try again. This is gonna be incredibly scuffed, FYI, but I'll do it. Oh, well, fittingly enough, congratulations, Mero. You actually won for once. You actually won. You know what? Just for that, I this is way oversized. Anyways, again, very scuffed, but is what it is. Anyways, congratulations, Mero. Uh, and fittingly enough, you got first place. And Scuff's look away again. Yeah, don't worry about it. Anyways, if you guys like the shirt, Meryl's got a store over at the fourth wall. If you ever guys want to wear a shirt and imagine what it's like to have three big. Well, imagine we have threes. Three massive. Anyways, if you guys, I'm trying to say this in a way that's very say so. If you guys ever want the shirt, check out over at her store at Fourth Wall. You know, I should probably put the link. I'm just, and yes, I am shamelessly advertising another streamer's stuff on their store, but it is how it is. But it's also Meryl, so yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, I meant to stream after that. Anyways, oh well, I guess we're at now. Anyways, exclamation mark play. You want to join? 2 minutes 30 seconds. The kitty likes. I mean, I like the shirt. It's weird how that. It's pure instinct at this point. Come on, you gotta understand. It encapsulates me. I gravitate towards it. More just like how the moon gravitates around the earth. It's more than just like a race. It's more than just a random game that you could get on Steam for free. It's just it's a lifestyle at the end of the day. Also, Rolls, how are you doing? Exclamation mark play, you want to join? We'll do maybe I should try to do a brief plug. But also, yeah. Oh. Also, I just realized I've been playing nothing but Lamb music the whole time. But yeah. Mid 30 seconds if you want to join. Hopefully this is not a long ass race. It doesn't look like that's the case. But yeah. Last week was kind of fun. I was ill for a week and people at work begged to be better because they needed to be that bad. Damn. My week was completely fucked. I'm not gonna lie. Not just because of the 20-hour stream, but because yeah. But yeah, but I hope you're feeling better, Dylan. But still, hope you're doing good. Hope you are doing good. Less than a minute. Sorry, I made it sound like, oh, you were sick. But how did I feel? Nah, that sounded bad now to think about it. My bad. Feeling 100%. It's great. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it, Dylan. I was wondering if you were good because wait, you were there during the 20-hour stream, right? Yeah, you were there. Sorry. Again, a lot of what happened last stream was definitely been a case of like a blur. And not in like more so of a blur than just like how it was last time. Anyways, don't worry. He was there for a long time. Yeah, I was completely out. Uh, uh but yeah. Anyways, I'm just sitting back, relaxing, enjoying what should be the last race. And yeah, as I sit in my nice comfy white three titty shirt. Uh which you can get from Merrill's store at Fourth Wall, even though it will not let me link it here from OBS. So but if you guys know, you know. Because I like to assume. If you know, you know. So yeah. Check Moroxide.fourthwall.com. Where's your certificate, Long Cat Man? We're working on it. We're working on it. I admittedly, yeah, because here's the thing. We have over 20 certificates at the moment. PNG, just for additional context, PNG is the only one that actually works on those, which you can see at the Discord channel via the Hall of Uppies. But yeah, you gotta give it some time because when PNG's not doing this, or well, when he's not asleep right now, but when he's not modding for me, he's usually modding for a lot of other streamers that definitely are more deserving of modding than me. You know? I could send links if it's yeah, by all means. Again, usually I don't allow too much self promotion, but I'll allow for you, so you're good. You know, I feel like by default, like that's just the general rule. Dumb when streams just don't self promote yourself, but you know, I consider you a friend, so. I mean, it's a blue site. There's no blue site stream, and do not. There's no merit to any of that, guys. I'm not debuting on the blue site. We're not. There's no merit truth. Okay. Now, granted, I know you saw me play marbles after stream, but that was mostly because I passed out. I left marbles on hours after the fact. You know. Also, why would I go? Why would I play marbles over there? You know, like how do I make that NSF? You know. Anyways, don't worry about it. There's no merit truth. Just like the thing with the Peggies, there's no merit truth. I will not be making any debuts on any questionable sites in the near future. Not debuting. That means he's already done. We're not. I didn't do a blue site stream. All right, you're not gonna see me over there. I'm not. I'm not showing things that I shouldn't be showing on Twitch. You know, I promise you, that's not gonna happen. He's not debuting graduate. Yeah, my debut / graduation stream at the blue, over on the blue site. You know, yeah, just graduating from that and debuting like later on at like Kick or something, which I would never do. I cannot do. I feel like I don't even think I. I probably should talk too much about that. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, congratulations, Jesus. Congratulations. I probably should figure out who to raid. I completely forgot. I was supposed to look for people to raid, and I completely forgot. But also, we'll see how it goes. But congratulations, though. Who's live? Who's live? Who's live? Bump, 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 bump. But yeah, congratulations indeed. Good luck job with the jobs. Good luck with the job search, Pencil. See you another day. Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, I'm probably gonna call here. I think we're good. But congratulations, Jesus, Turtle Scholar second, Ark and third, Tertiocos, Tetru. I don't know how to say, but fourth, me fifth, Delta six, Sean seventh, Liminal Breeze eighth, Rollis ninth, Yusef 10th, McDillon 11th, Kuma 12th, Arcade, Panda Arcade 13th, VGA 14th, Zen 15th, Daddy Packs My Snacks 16th, still go name by the way, Hoppy Hollow and Meryl. I'm sorry guys, even though I've been promoting your stuff, but you know, that's the trade-off. You promote, you get, well, you don't finish your race. I'm sorry, Meryl. So one more. No. I've already done way too many last races. I did say it was gonna be a short stream an hour ago, but you know, it is how it is. I love the name too, and I recognize you. So I've seen you around a couple times, both on Kuma and like other people's streams, like Tibby's as well. Yeah, it's good to see you. Also, Kevin Osa, welcome in. I'm sorry. Wait, did you? Are you in here? No, you're not. I'm sorry, Osa. Another time though, but I have to ensure. I'm done. I'm tired. I should say I want to say I should go to sleep, but you know, it is how it is. Anyways. I'm gonna raid. I guess I'll raid into Sanuki, right? because I did do a short for not too long ago. So yeah, we could rate Snooki. But yeah. Anyways, congratulations. Well, congratulations to me on the back. But as always, raid 1 for subs, raid 2 for non-subs. Thank you, McDillon, for saving me time and actually doing work for me. Thank you. But yeah. But yeah, it's good to see you guys. I did mean it when I said I missed you guys. It has been a while. I've been still kind of recovering mentally, a whole lot of stuff going on, but long story, and also 20-hour stream, it's understandable. But I did miss you guys. I wanted to get back just so I could, just so I could see you guys. Just to see you guys again. We'll see. But yeah, it's again not much I can say, but thank you guys again, and I don't regret. I think a year into this, I do not regret doing what I did, to hang around with you guys, just even for, if it's via 5 or 100 or 1,000, maybe one of these days. But, it's good to see you guys, and I do appreciate it. But yeah, we'll rate into Sinu. I will try to do one more stream later this week. Maybe another one on top of that. It'll depend on the mood as always. But yeah, it's good to see you guys, and I do miss you. And I'll try to improve on what I can going into next year, both streaming and clipping. And yeah, hope to see you guys soon. Oh, McDillon, you finally found that. You finally found the command. Anyways, I